Hello and welcome back to another episode of Vintage Glamour. I'm your host, Michel, and welcome back to the show. So what's going on, everyone? I'm very happy to be back here with you all for another episode. And this is the first episode of 2022. So I want to start this episode off by wishing all of you all a very, very, very happy new year. I think it's indeed a blessing to make it to a new year. And I want to also say that I hope this year is prosperous for you all. I hope that everyone is feeling, peaceful this year, right? And I also hope that all of you all are going to remain and strive to be very healthy this year with everything that has been going on. So I am really excited, not only for this episode for today, but for what's to come for Vintage Glamour in 2022. And I also want to say to everyone that has been tuning in 2021, I just want to say to you all, thank you so much for tuning in, for sticking with the show, for sharing the show, for even contacting me and sharing your ideas for episodes. I mean, it all means a lot, you all. It all means a lot, and I mean it. I wanted to do Vintage Glamour as a way to merge my love for resale fashion and media together. But I also wanted to find a way not only to continue to foster a community amongst key to fashion, right? But to also continue to find ways to inspire and empower you all. So to see that you all have really been enjoying the show and have been sticking with this show, it's really a beautiful thing to witness, and it really motivates me. I mean, it truly does. It motivates me even more to find, even more ways to empower you all, to inspire you all, to think of really great topics to discuss and talk about. So I'm really excited for what's to come for 2022. I really, really am. And I'm also really excited for the topic for today. It was actually an intuitive download. Usually I will think about what I'm going to discuss, but this just came to me. This was an intuitive download, and I said, okay, if this is an intuitive download, that means I have to talk about this with the community. So I honestly know for a fact that this is going to be an episode that a lot of you all are going to find really, 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 really helpful. I really do, especially since it came to me. But another thing I want to mention before I dive in for the topic for today, I want to also say shout out to the people that have been listening to Vintage Glamour that don't live in America. There's actually a lot of people that have been tuning into this show that are overseas. I was actually viewing the stats in December, and I was like, wow, a lot of people have been tuning in that are overseas, and that was actually a vision of mine. So I'm actually tremendously grateful and excited about that, and I love the fact that you all have been tuning in as well, and continue to tune in, continue to be a part of this community, and as I mentioned, I really hope that you all find the episodes in 2022 even more impactful, even more empowering, and even more inspiring, because that is truly my main mission for this show, you all. It really is. So without further ado, let's dive in for the topic for today. So the topic for today is find ways to raise your vibration in 2022. Now, of course, you all, I know that everyone is going to be focused on their goals, their visions, and their plans for the new year, right? But, you all, with everything that has been going on, it is so important for each and every one of us to find ways to raise our vibrations. This past Christmas, actually, I was scrolling, on Instagram and on social media, and I was seeing a lot of people stating how, the past Christmas, it just didn't feel like, other Christmases. They kept stating that, this Christmas, it didn't feel enjoyable, or how the vibe was off. A lot of people kept stating that online. And, I'm sure that many people felt that way for a lot of different reasons. Perhaps it's due to, things that are going on in the world, right? Or perhaps it's also due to things that are going on in their own personal lives. But, what I really, really thought it could be, right? I said to myself, I think that a lot of people are feeling this way due to the low vibration in the earth right now. It is really due to the low vibration. And I know a lot of us, we didn't really expect this pandemic to last this long. I know I didn't. I'll speak for myself. I really did not expect this pandemic to last this long. So I'm sure a lot of us are feeling that fatigue in a sense, like, wow, this thing is still going on. We're still feeling this energy. This is still going on. So we're feeling that fatigue, right? But I know a lot of us are also feeling the low vibration of the earth. We are feeling that low vibration, right? And now, when your vibration in life is low, right, this can really cause a lot of negative manifestations in your life. And some of them can be, a poor mindset, it can be poor health, it can be bad habits, it can be even more stress, and it can also be an increase in crime and violence. And if you reside in America, I'm sure you have been witnessing that there has been an increase in crime and in violence, right? We're witnessing it. Whether you watch the news or not, you have seen a lot more crime going on during this pandemic, right? And this is all a negative manifestation due to the low vibration of the earth. It is due to the low vibration of the earth. So the best thing that you can do in 2022, along with chasing your dreams, along with chasing those amazing visions and those crazy ideas, and that you all have, those innovative ideas that you all have, right? Along with doing all of that, it is so important for you all to find ways to raise your vibration, to raise your own vibration. Now, one of the ways that I have been raising my own vibration since I was a kid is dancing. I absolutely love to dance. I've been dancing since the age of 2. And, I dance at dance school, but I also dance in my room. I dance in my room, you all, like I am one of Janet Jackson's backup dancers, all right? I will dance in my room like nobody is watching. And perhaps some of my neighbors are watching, but it's okay because, listen, I love to dance. And it's something I've been doing as a kid. And it's still something that I do right now. I will dance outside of my room as an adult, but I will also dance in my room like nobody is watching in my room. And I love it. Why? Because it raises my vibration. It is something that brings me joy. It is something that I absolutely love to do. And it really just ignites a lot of positive energy into my life. It really does. So, what are things in your own life, that you enjoy doing and that you have noticed really and truly raises your own vibration? Perhaps it's dancing. Perhaps you love to dance as well. Or perhaps it's spending time with the people that matter to you the most, your family members and your friends. Or perhaps it's engaging in, another creative outlet. Maybe you love to draw. Maybe you love to paint. Maybe you enjoy photography. Or maybe you enjoy to sew. Or perhaps it's thrifting, right? And finding creative ways to express yourself with your personal style. Whatever it is, you all, that brings you joy, I really encourage you all to strive to do more of that in 2022. Strive to do more of what truly brings you joy and what truly raises your vibration in 2022. Now, let's say you are someone that's listening right now, and you're probably thinking, well, Key, I don't really know if I have, anything right now in my life that brings me joy. I don't really know if I have anything right now in my life that really, helps me raise my vibration. Well, now I'm here to tell you, you're still in a beautiful spot because now you're in a self-discovery position. You are able to now take time to discover what is going to raise your vibration in your life. What is going to give you that feeling of joy in your life? And I think, being in a new year, this is a perfect start to do that, right? It's a perfect start to find, things that really bring you joy and to find those things that really raise your vibration. So if you're unsure, you don't have to feel hard on yourself about it. I always talk about, it's important to give yourself more grace, right? So you don't have to feel hard on yourself about it. You are actually in a beautiful position. You're able to really now look within and think, all right, let me find, let me discover what will bring me more joy. Let me discover what will help me raise my vibration. Life is all about also learning more about ourselves, and rediscovering who we are, right? So, take time this year to really find those things that really bring you joy, that make you smile, that make you feel so damn good, find those things that bring you joy and, indulge in them a lot more, and feel good about it. Don't feel guilty about it. Feel good about it. Because there's a lot going on, you all. There's a lot going on in our world. And if you're an empath like myself, yeah, you might be like, all right, I don't want to allow this to consume me, right? But at the same time, you're still going to feel those emotions of, wow, this is really something that is impacting humanity. This pandemic is really impacting mankind. And you're going to still feel bad about it if you're an empath, You're going to feel bad about it. And so it's really important in the midst of you being an empath to find ways to raise your vibration, and to also find ways to protect your own energy, your own vibe, your own aura, right? So, I honestly, I know in my heart that if you all do this year, that you all are going to look back on the year when you reach to the next December and think to yourself, wow, a lot went on this year, but me finding ways to raise my vibration, it truly helped me out a lot. You all, I will share with you all that a lot went on in my 2021, not only in the world, but in my own personal life. And what really truly helped me keep going, what really truly helped me remain positive, remain optimistic, and feel good was finding ways to raise my own vibration. Every day I would strive to find ways to raise my own vibration, right? Especially during those times where I may be feeling down or sad, because we're human. You're not always going to feel happy all of the time, right? So in those moments where I may not be feeling my best, those are the moments where I get up and find those things that really bring me joy, and I start to do them. I love to dance, as I mentioned, so I'll get up and I'll start dancing, and it just makes me feel so good. Or I'll go out and start to thrift. I love to thrift, as all of you all know. So I'll go thrifting, and it just makes me feel so good, I remember I went thrifting in September and I found this dope jacket that I can't wait to pop out in the winter with. I found this fly jacket, you all. And listen, I walked out of that thrift store smiling from ear to ear, okay? I mean smiling. And I had a mask on, but people knew I was still smiling because my eyes were smiling. I was just so happy because I'm like, man, this jacket is a gem. This jacket is fly. I was just feeling so good, So I'm telling you all, indulge in the things that bring you more joy. Yes, people say, happiness is a choice, right? And I do believe that. I do believe that happiness is a choice, but I also believe that happiness is something that we all deserve to feel. And I think that some of us live life feeling like, maybe I don't deserve to be happy, right? Maybe I don't deserve to do the things that bring me joy. And you've been lied to. That's not the truth. You absolutely do deserve to be happy in your lifetime. We all only have one life, right? Only one life, and we all truly do deserve to be happy in this lifetime. But the thing is, happiness is a choice, right? It is indeed a choice. So while we all deserve to feel happy, we have to make that conscious decision to go after that happiness as well, right? And to also, find those things that bring us that joy, to find those things that raise our vibration. So in 2022, you all, find things in your life, that raise your vibration, find those things, discover those things if you don't know them, and be excited to go on that self-discovery process. Be excited about it. By the end of the year, you might find so many things that have helped you raise your vibration, right? You might learn so much about yourself, and that is what life is truly all about. It's all about personal growth. It's all about who we are and who we are becoming, right? So find ways to raise your vibration and be unapologetic about it. Be completely unapologetic about it. Don't feel bad at all right? Don't feel bad for doing things that bring you more joy. Do not feel bad about it, okay? And try not to have any limiting beliefs. Like, I can't do that right now because of X, Y, and Z. Oh, no. Try not to have any limiting beliefs, all right? I'm wishing each and every one of you all the best in 2022. I am really excited about this year, and I'm excited about this year not only because of, the visions I have for my own life, but because I honestly and truly believe in my heart that it's going to be a good year for a lot of people, And I know that a lot of people went through a lot of storms in 2021. They went through a lot of storms in 2020, and maybe even before that, maybe even in 2019, right? But every storm that we go through in life is preparing us for what is truly to come. It's preparing us for something even bigger and even better and even greater. Oftentimes the storms that a lot of us go through, we learn a lot of things that we need to share with other people, that we need to share with the world, right? And so in the midst of your storms that you went through in 2021, right? As you look back and you reflect, right? Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad about, what you had to go through. Learn through those things and realize, wow, I had to go through all those things to build my character, to become the person that I am today. Maybe you had to go through those things to learn more about your purpose, right? To learn more about your life path. It's all going to build you up for something even bigger and better and greater, right? So I'm wishing each and every one of you all the best in 2022. Sorry if you heard that. That was indeed my heater that went on. And I'm like, what? I cannot have this heater on right now as I'm going in. All you guys hear is, well, things happen. But as I mentioned, I want to wrap this episode up, so that's probably a sign. I want to say to each and every one of you all once again, truly find ways to raise your vibration in 2022. And I'm wishing each and every one of you all the best, and I mean that, the best. And, do what makes you feel happy. Do what brings you joy. And always remember that you deserve to be happy in life, but also keep in mind that happiness is a choice. It is a choice, right? It is indeed a choice. So make the conscious decision this year to do things that make you feel good, to do things that raise your vibration, and to do things that make you feel like, wow, I'm truly feeling alive right now. There's one thing to live, right? But there's another thing to really and truly feel that emotion of what it really means to feel alive, right? And you want to feel that, like, wow, like, I really, truly, I'm feeling alive. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling really good right now. My vibration is high. I am feeling so good. You deserve to feel that way. You do. You deserve to be happy in life. You deserve to feel positive energy, no matter what. No matter what anybody else has told you in your lifetime, you deserve to feel those things. You deserve it. And I mean that. But remember, it is a choice. All right? It is indeed a choice. So you all, I am wrapping this episode up right now. But as I mentioned, I really hope that you all find this episode really empowering and inspiring. It was an intuitive download, and I'm a very intuitive woman. So I knew, all right, I have to put this episode out. And I'm going to be doing the same. I want you all to realize that oftentimes when I am coming through and, sharing an episode with you all, it's a community thing. I'm here with you all. I'm doing the same thing. It doesn't mean that I'm here preaching like, you got to find ways to raise your vibration. No, 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 no. So do I. So do I. I have to do this too. I have to continue to do it, right? I have to continue to do it. Yes, I was doing it in 2021, but I have to still do it in 2022, right? So we are all in this together. We are all in this together, right? And as I keep mentioning, I am truly wishing each and every one of you all the best. And I mean that, all right? I know that a lot of you all in this community, you all have a lot of grand visions for your life. I know that. And keep those visions alive, no matter what. No matter what, keep your visions alive. Keep going forward no matter what. No matter what anybody says, no matter what, maybe imposter syndrome or your doubt may say, keep going no matter what. All right? No matter what. So we're starting 2022 with some lifestyle content. As you all know, I go back and forth with discussing lifestyle content, and I will be discussing actually fashion content next week. So I go back and forth. And I think I'm going to be doing this for a bit of 2022. I actually want to gauge and see, how you all, what you all really want, right? And so I'm going to see how it goes. And, maybe the format may change, but I actually really enjoy what I'm doing right now. 1 week discussing lifestyle content, and then the next week going back to discussing fashion content. Because as many of you all know, Kita Fashion is still a fashion brand. But Vintage Glamour, being the talk show within Kita Fashion, we discuss a lot of different things other than just fashion. Because I also truly believe that lifestyle content and fashion go hand in hand. And, a lot of people that, tell me, Kia, I really struggle to find my personal style. I always notice that there's a serious correlation with, their lack of self-awareness, right? So, for you to really not only find your personal style, but to love your personal style, you have to love who you are. You have to love your uniqueness. You have to love your individuality, and you have to be unapologetic about it. Unapologetic about it, right? So, I really think that going back and forth with lifestyle and fashion content is really great. I think it's really a really great format. But like I said, we will see how things go in 2022. I'm really excited about it. And y'all, don't y'all think 2022 got a nice ring to it? 2022. 2022. Something about it. Something about it. It has a nice ring. But let me not digress. Because y'all know I can digress. So a couple announcements before I really wrap this thing up. There are some new gems up on the site. There are some new gems up on the Key to Fashion website. So definitely check those gems out. Some really dope new gems. And I'm going to be putting up more gems consistently as well. So definitely check out the new gems that are up on the site. Another announcement, there are also new articles. I'll be putting up new articles this week. I love the fact that a lot of you all have really been enjoying the articles, have been reading the articles, so definitely tune in to the articles that are up on the Key to Fashion website. The next announcement, shout out to everyone that has been subscribing to the Key to Fashion YouTube channel. Now, as all of you all know, y'all know what I'm going to say. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I am definitely striving to grow that platform even more in 2022. That is indeed a goal for the brand. And I also want to go back to doing video for Vintage Glamour. I know a lot of people enjoyed when I did video content for Vintage Glamour, and I also think it would just work a lot better if you all can see me, get a feel of how I really, talk with my expressions and stuff like that. And I just have a lot of visions for video content as well. Plus, video is going to be even bigger in 2022. But that does not mean I'm going to completely abandon the podcast streams. I know a lot of people enjoy the podcast streams. A lot of people listen to the show when they're, maybe driving or, working on other things. And so I think that also having a podcast streaming platform is good as well, right? But I also know that video is powerful and that a lot of people really enjoyed video as well. So I'm pretty much trying to do both and find that happy medium to be able to support both groups, people that really like the podcast streams, but also to support people that really enjoy video content as well. As many of you all know, I actually started doing Vintage Glamour on IG Lives. And then when it wasn't working to do IG Lives anymore, I said, you know what? My Instagram is acting up, but that doesn't mean I'm just going to stop the show. So my intuition said, start a podcast. So I said, okay, I'm just going to do it. And it has been a great decision. It really has been. It has been a great decision, but I do want to get back to video. And I have a lot of dope visions for that. I really, really do. That I'm really hoping they come to life in 2022. Because you know how life works. Sometimes you can have a vision. The vision will come to life, but sometimes the vision may not come to life when you want it to, right? So that's why I said I hope they come through this year, right? Because, sometimes that is how things can happen in life sometimes. But regardless, I know that the vision will come to life. And, you all, like I said earlier on, I'm just really grateful for you all tuning into the show, sticking with Vintage Glamour, enjoying the show. It really means a lot, it really does. And also, before I wrap the episode up, make a vision board. Make a vision board. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I know sometimes, some people don't think that vision boards work. I actually think they work. And I think, everything starts from your mindset. So if you make a vision board with the intention that this ain't going to work, that ain't going to work. You know what I mean? That thing is not going to work for you. It's all about your mindset, your energy, and your intention behind what you're doing. So I made a vision board, and I actually put Vintage Glamour on that vision board. I just cut it out in a magazine. I said, I'm just going to stick it on my vision board. I didn't have any visions of what I was going to use Vintage Glamour for. I was like, I just like the sound of it. And I like vintage fashion. That's the realm I'm in right now. Oh, I like that. But I had no idea what I was going to use Vintage Glamour for, if I was going to use it for anything. I had no idea. So when I was thinking of what I was going to name the show, I had two different names. I was like, Vintage Glamour was one of the names. And I'm like, you know what? I like Vintage Glamour. I like the ring of it. I'm like, I'm going to use this. And so one day, you all, I'm just, straightening up my room, and I stumble across my vision board. And I'm looking at my vision board, and I see Vintage Glamour. And I said to myself, wait, what? I'm like, this was on my vision board? Vintage Glamour? I'm like, oh, wow, So make a vision board. And we're in the millennial and Gen Z era, so you don't have to uh, create a vision board, the old-fashioned way by going and buying a poster board and cutting things out in a magazine if you don't want to do that. If you do, that's perfectly fine. I've done that in the past as well. But I've also made digital vision boards as well through Canva. And you can just, put them if you have like an iPhone or an Android on your home page or on your lock screen, whatever you decide to do. And if you look at that every day, you're really reminded about, your visions for your year and for your life. I find it tremendously helpful, you all. I really do. So that's just something I really also want to leave you all with. Definitely create a vision board for your 2022. And when you're creating it, create it with the intention that it's going to work. And also remember that sometimes, like I mentioned before, sometimes the vision isn't going to come to life exactly when you want it to come. There are some visions on my vision board that didn't come to life in 2021. But that doesn't mean that they're not going to come to life, right? Sometimes some things take time, right? Sometimes some things take time. So trust the process and trust your journey in life as well. So, with that being said, you all, as always, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Vintage Glamour, and I hope that you all have a great one. Bye now.